Hello, everybody, and welcome to the Dope Dichotomy podcast. I'm your host, Mona Brown, also known as Mona Kane, and we have
Cedric Dawn.
our other host here for you. And thank you for tuning in tonight. We got a fun show. We're going to be discussing some hot topics, things like that. We're going to also show some footage and talk to you about the fashion show that we recently was in,
Yes.
the Eye Candy 3 show, which was really, really dope. So definitely get your drinks, your blunts, whatever, because we got to cover some things. We do. So, first of all, you did very, very well
Thank you.
in the
thank
fashion
you.
show.
Thank you as yourself. You
Thank
did
you.
awesome.
Thank you.
Kudos to you.
I appreciate it. So I performed spoken word poetry, and I had one of my businesses had a vendor table, Shop Irie Moon, and Cedric was a model in the show.
Yeah.
And to see him in action was like, what? Like crazy, crazy good. The show was amazing. Eric, you can start showing that footage a little bit from number one. The show was amazing. All of the models did amazing. It was my daughter's
Yes.
first fashion show that she killed it. There was a special tribute section for Clay, A Walk for a King, very heartfelt. You know, we've discussed that on the show before. That was super, super dope. All white after party
What? And it was so lit.
so lit. It turned into an impromptu karaoke. Look at this. This is karaoke going on, dancing. Everybody thought they was in music videos. It was a fun time. It was just a great, fun time.
Shout out to all the designers. I got some on right now. Say Less Apparel.
Yes.
You did amazing.
Shout out to all the designers. And I got a jacket. Oh my God, I got this amazing jacket from the Ross Experiment. This joint is funky. Look at that. I
Tough,
love it.
Tough. Oh my God.
So tough. He has so many different styles with like different colors, and it looks like tie-dye, but in a way more modern way, and it's just really, really dope. So
Very artsy.
yeah, very. You know what I'm saying? All the designers were great. There was also one that really, really stuck out to me is Van Gogh.
Oh yeah, with the crochet.
With the crochet, like all of his pieces were crocheted. It was just dope. Alumni, so many.
Dope alumni. Yeah.
Yes, I'm
Shout
trying to
out
remember
to,
everybody.
Drip.
Drip,
Shout out to Drip.
Drip was there representing for
Oh.
sure.
Shoot.
The lady,
Tiny Ward was in there.
the bags.
Oh, the bags.
I'm so sorry I cannot remember. Hopefully, if somebody's watching, put it in the comments. But she had all types of handbags, amazing. We had a lingerie section. We had
I forgot about
we had a pajamas segment. It got a little crazy.
It got really.
It got a little crazy. I'm talking people was doing impromptu showings of hardly nothing on. One girl got walked away on a chain. I don't, you know, it just happened. It was dope.
Some guy came out in Speedos.
Some guy came out in Speedos. Haven't seen those since 80 movies. I really have not. I was like, oh my God, clutch my pearls. For real, I had not seen that since then. So that was really, really dope. All the vendors, there were so many vendors there.
And the artists that performed.
And the artists that
was so dope. Like all of y'all.
Yeah, we put it down. All the artists did so well. It was exhilarating. It was a great crowd. Shout out to Miss Jessie Reynolds.
I was just about to say.
Shout out to Miss Jessie for putting that show together. Eye Candy is her dream baby, you know, whatever they call that. And she says it's her last show, but we don't think so. But we will see.
Time will tell.
Time will tell. Shout out to PJ and Celeste and Ebony and everyone who helped coordinate everything. DJs, workers, everyone. It was just an amazing event. So we really, really appreciated it. And it was something that we'll always remember.
Definitely.
Yeah, always have. All right, so we're going to get into some topics, some hot topics. Okay. So, Chris Brown recently charged $1,000 for his meet and greets. And at first people was like, oh, $1,000? How dare he do this? Blah, 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 blah. But once the pictures started coming out, I was like, that was really dope of him because he took pictures as if each one of these women was his girlfriend.
Yeah. Like
it wasn't a regular picture. I saw one that it was like a girl up in right there in the middle where she's like on him. He got one where she's bent over, like all kinds of funny. It looks like funny, prom pictures. That is something special. I've never seen an artist do that. That's definitely worth the $1,000 if you got it. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I've never seen anybody do that. Not to the biggest artist to the lowest artist. I've never really seen nobody.
Never
do
seen that.
Maybe for a TV show, maybe, but for somebody to just do it off of like, I'm gonna just take them out.
Yeah.
And show them off.
It was like so dope. I'm like, oh, he really looks like this is my girl in every picture. And they're funny.
Yeah,
so it's like something special. I definitely big up Virginia's own Chris Brown for doing that because that was dope. That was a dope moment. Hey Ebony. Ebony said, "Hey y'all."
What's up?
So I think that prompts the conversation. Are we getting enough from the artists that we support? So they want us to come to concerts where the prices are crazy now. They want us to come to concerts where the prices are crazy, where we have an option of watching something on television. Sometimes the concert is streaming, and then pretty soon virtual, so ain't nobody gonna be going to concerts. So should they be offering something more to their fans? Like, you know what I'm saying? Something different.
I mean, I think you bring it up as like that, yeah. I mean, it brings something interesting to the table as in, like, what can I do to go further and beyond than just having a concert for my fans? What can I do as in a meet and greet? Like, I don't think too many performers are like performing like Chris Brown anyway.
No.
So like to go to a concert and it not be Chris Brown and you don't get the performance like you think you're gonna get. I mean, they're doing extra stuff like that. Then Chris is doing extra stuff like this. I mean,
like how you gonna compete?
Yeah, like he's
performing better than anybody, and he make you feel like he took you to the prom.
Yeah,
like you better do something. I think that artists should be thinking about that, and it's a way to generate income. They can even have tier levels, of different things they do or whatever. Twyla, hey, she said, I heard on the radio how some people were complaining about the price, but the radio host was saying how other artists should do the same and the price shouldn't have mattered. That's what I say. Like, if you can pay it, you can pay it. I couldn't pay it. I wouldn't. But I think that's dope. Who knows? Somebody might save up their tax return for something special. Like, I'm not judging somebody's pockets. Right. That's dope. And I think that other artists should do that, and maybe artists who haven't reached the level of Chris Brown might charge something less. One year I gave my girlfriend a message from Bun B, from UGK, and it's a service that artists provide. Like, you give them the information, they'll make a whole video of themselves, that's dope. That's something different. Like, and they're making bread from it. I think that's just smart. Hey, Kayla and Fats. Okay.
You said that aggressive.
Because Fats, I was just talking to Fats about something. My engineer said I said that aggressive. I was not being aggressive. Fats said, Mo one girl said for $1,000 that nigga gonna kiss me or grab her ass. I mean, that might be somebody's level. For $1,000, we need to sit down and have a little dinner date.
Man, what?
We gotta talk about something.
It's a whole day.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? It's a whole day involved with this.
Exactly.
It's not just like a few hours.
You gotta take a picture of you buying me some sneakers. It's gotta be a whole situation. But, I love Chris Brown, but that's not, who I would. Now, when I was young, Tupac, I would have been like, more porridge, please. Like, for real. You know what I'm saying? For real.
All that Tupac.
I would have, So, anybody in the comments, who would you like to see do something like a special meet and greet? Like, you know what I'm saying? I'm talking from young people who want to see young boy do something special at his meet and greets to, you know what I'm saying, more seasoned folks might want, Granddaddy Isley to, serenade you. I don't know, but I think it's innovative, and I think it's kind of dope. Twyla said, I wouldn't have the money either, but I have pictures of him in person from 2007, so I'll hold on to those memories. That's right.
Yeah,
That's right.
I'm sure you're gonna see him around anyways.
Yeah, especially when we're from here. Like I've seen Chris Brown before. Like people see him, and people know him, so it's different. But I'm sure that made those girls like.
It made their whole night, probably for the year.
For the year, yeah. You know what I'm saying? This is like any girl who says something to you, fuck you, you bald headed. She's like, I had Chris Brown take a picture with me, bitch.
I had him for a whole night.
Exactly. Can't nobody stunt on that. Ebony said, I'm never really a fangirl anyone. Someone give me $1,000 and we will see what I do. Yes!
Yeah, exactly.
Hustle. I like it. That's what I'm talking about. Let's make this money together. For sure. All right, so moving on to the next topic. Okay. There was a trending topic on Twitter this week, and it was, is modern day R&B toxic? So if you listen to Giveon or Brent Faiyaz or even, people like Bryson Tiller,
Rod Wave.
Rod Wave, I love me some Rod Wave though. Rod Wave take me right to the soul church. Rod Wave is the baby of Anthony Hamilton with a little mix of hip hop.
Okay.
That's what I feel like. It's just so amazing. Like it takes me. Heart been broke so many times. I like don't know what to believe. It's beautiful, right? Anyways, sorry, squirrel. But yeah, is it toxic? Because it kind of is, you know what I'm saying? So it was a big debate about why is R&B now so toxic. And Ebony said yes. But then, this new generation, because they're a tricky bunch, right? They went back into the archives. And they pulled up a song called Where I Want to Be by Donnell Jones. And they said that he was leaving his girl for some potential pussy because he said, I got lust inside of me. And how toxic that was in the video where he's standing in the rain outside the restaurant or whatever. So then somebody said, well, yeah, but it wasn't all about that. And then they pulled up Michael Jackson, Remember the Time. And how he shouldn't have been doing that with Eddie Murphy's wife.
I was about to say, he shouldn't have been remembering it.
So then I thought, well, I don't know, maybe the music before that. And then I thought about my most favorite toxic song of all time. Al Green, For the Good Times. He said he wants to just mess with her one more time for that night. Even though we got bridges burning, just to have sex with me one more time for the good times. What? Like, what? Toxic.
I mean, all right, when you put it like that, I wouldn't say that today's R&B is more so toxic than any other time R&B. I just feel like R&B, it holds more than just one genre of R&B. It's more so you can be mad, you can be happy, you can be sad, you can love someone, you can be very emotional with R&B. So, I mean, for it to be toxic, I mean, you have to be going through some real toxic stuff for it to be toxic. Like Usher, for example, you know what I'm saying? He done did...
Yeah, Confessions. The whole Confessions album is kind of toxic.
I mean, then take it to R. Kelly. I mean, even though we probably don't want to bring him up or talk about him,
but the songs.
The songs, yeah. He done did a whole Trapped in the Closet, you know? That's very... I mean, today's R&B... I say Rod Wave because to me he's dope. He can relate. I can relate to him in so many different ways, and it's not just through the music. It's about the stories that he tells. You can follow his stories.
Fat said Rod Wave's music is depressing, like it's gonna rain real bad when he hears his songs.
Not all of them. It's not all of them.
Not all of them.
Not all of them.
And some of them are kind of inspirational to me, and some of them are just comforting.
And some of them just want to put notice on
what's
a lot of
going
spots
on in life.
That's not going on right now. Like,
Ebony got a good one. As We Lay by Shirley Murdoch. That's
wow.
Oh, wow. The women have some songs now.
Wow.
The women have some songs. So when I started thinking about all the music, I was like, well, maybe we're giving them a hard time saying, oh, all the music is toxic. Is anybody in love anymore? Because when you really think about it, it's always been like that. They might have talked about love more, but there's always been toxic music.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? When I really think about it. SWV, some of my favorite songs when I was in high school, I'm talking about Release Some Tension. The first line is, "You got a girl, is she good to you? I bet you won't do what you like."
Oh man.
They was constantly making songs saying, "I'm gonna take your man." Like, you know what I'm saying? I mean, "You're the One" is a song about another girl. You know what I'm saying? "He's mine, may have once, but I got him all the time." That was our SZA at that point, you know. So I think it's kind of always been there, but they were like really beefing hard.
Yeah.
They were bringing up songs. They were like, Donnell Jones. Donnell Jones responded.
Oh, what?
He responded with this long, drawn-out explanation. He was like, "In the video, really didn't have anything to do with the song, and I had said it, and then I had wrote about." And then they were like, They said, you know when somebody's toxic because they give you that long ass excuse.
Yeah, you're right. I got see. So what happened was, cause when I was on this and this time, cause when I did it at the other, at that time, it's a lie. It's a lie. It's a lie. You trying to make up a story for what you trying to,
Exactly. Fats, you said Sam Cooke, "Born by the River." A change gonna come, my guy. I feel like it's over. What are you? So you get like real sad when that song come on. It is a sad song. It was written out of civil rights. Like that's a sad song, but it still make you feel something. You know what I'm saying?
It has a purpose.
It has a purpose. We also have other songs that are, booty beat down. Like we have all kinds of stuff. There's a wider range of everything. All right, so let me go to my next one. Eric, if you see it before I do, you can definitely. Oh, the next one is also about R&B. So, I don't understand. I was thinking this is probably a high thought, yes, but I was like, how come ain't nobody made the biopic or biopic, whichever way you say it, a Jodeci? Because they have so much stuff in that story that it would really, really be dope. You know what I'm saying? No shade, just the things. So Devontae was, this is things that are well known. Devontae was putting Missy Elliott and Timbaland and them through boot camp and treating them like shit while he was training them, but it ended up making them who they are. So that could be a discussion. Of course, Casey and JoJo's substance abuse and cocaine abuse, and Casey and Mary J. Blige on coke and fighting, and him being abusive and this and that. And then fast forward to Casey and JoJo, they had a big hit with that. The band breaking up. It's just, there's so many things.
So much, yeah.
All the way to now when Casey and JoJo keep going out and touring, and it looks crazy. And I love them, but it looks crazy. So I don't understand why, after the success of New Edition,
Right.
why no one has made a Jodeci joint. Like, I feel like maybe somebody's holding it back. I don't know, but the soundtrack would be fire. The music would be fire.
Yeah.
Everyone's still living.
I mean, I feel like maybe it's more so you have to find the actors, the right people to play these people. Like, I mean, of course you can take some people from New Edition or some people from some other. I mean, but to do something like that, I mean, you did say New Edition was a nice layout for it,
Yeah.
Nice layout for it,
I wondered if it was, how most of those, there's usually a crescendo that happens. Like, there's usually an ending on a positive note. Like, at least on the New Edition joint, they were doing the anniversary, the BT thing. They performed. They put that in the movie,
Yeah, yeah.
On Selena, that unfortunately was her death, and then showing how it affected the world. Or on, let's say, 8 Mile, he went back to the little mill joint, but you know what I'm saying, you knew he had gained his respect. Like, I don't know if Jodeci has reached anything with that. It's kind of like up in the air. But I'd like to see them honored. It would be a good look. Maybe it would help if they do struggle with any kind of substance abuse, them getting kind of off of it. I want it.
It's definitely an audience out there for it. I mean, I think any old school R&B, I guess you can consider them old school R&B, right? Old school R&B, there's still a crowd and a want for
Oh hell yeah.
them in general. Like
That eye candy show, all white party. What happened? DJ put on '90s, early 2000 music, and we
everybody
lost
was out
our
there.
mind.
Everybody was out there on the
I
floor.
was surprised. Some of the young people knew the music. I was like, oh, shucks. What? Shout out to Faith for we went out to a restaurant the other day. Faith is one of the models in the eye candy show. Really slim, model-esque white girl, really sweet young girl. And they played a song. I've heard from other people they don't even know what song this is, so I don't know if this band is known nationwide or not. But around here, there's a certain kind of old school like soul music that the OGs like to go get the little linen suit on and dance to, and they do like the little strolls. There's one song called "One Monkey Don't Stop No Show."
Yeah.
If you black, you already know what time it is with that title. You know what I'm saying? Like you already know. But that joint's like na 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 na. You know, we was at the restaurant the other day, and Faith started singing that joint word for word. And she was like doing this with it, and if you need to go, I was like, what? So shout out to her for definitely doing that. You are invited to the next cookout. Because that, not only does she know it, and it's not really something usually of white culture, she is really young.
Yeah, she's only
So I was
21.
like, what?
She's literally 21.
She's like 21, yeah. So that was really dope. I love seeing her do that. All right, so the animal's been tripping. We gotta talk about it. Oh my God.
Yo.
All right, I want y'all to watch this video.
Yo.
All right,
You ain't
watch.
getting away from me. You're not getting away from me.
Look.
No, you not.
He said, "Come here." All right, she gets away. Brother comes through, swings with the thing.
All right, so you gone now.
Gone.
Right?
She
You
tried to
gone.
slip back.
Why you going? What in your right mind? Nah, I'm gonna just try to slip right by. I'm gonna slip by and not get caught.
Hey, for real.
You gotta do that one again.
So,
Come here.
basically, I was paying attention to the news the last 3 weeks, and the animals have been really lunching, like for real. So first, I see this little girl, young lady, at some kind of zoo. It's obviously in somewhere foreign because they're talking in a different language, but they are laughing. You can't hear it, but they are laughing while this is going on. So at first I was concerned. You know what I'm saying? Like, oh my God. Then when she got away, I was like, whew. When she took her ass right around that corner again and that joint yanked her like a ratchet with a small ponytail in the 7th grade, I was like, what? Lost it. So not only did that happen, a stingray, a spotted stingray, somebody was out on a boat fishing, a spotted stingray jumped out of the water into the boat to have 5 babies.
What?
Yes. I couldn't find the video of it, but they was talking about it on the news.
Oh no.
Yes.
Oh no.
A monkey stole a baby, unfortunately, in India and threw it off of a building.
What?
I know, horrific. Sorry, should have warned y'all, but yes, that happened. What other? I think those were the only ones the last 2 weeks. But it's really making me like, what's going on with the animals? There's some weird stuff going on. Remember a couple years ago, they was like finding all those dead fish washed up on the
sea.
yeah.
Yeah.
So, what do y'all think is going on? Do you think maybe, the system, the econic, what is it called? The ecosystem. Ecosystem. Echo, yes. Yeah, Echo is Ghostbusters. But anyways, it's like made up of, the natural order of things. And I wonder if the pandemic really affected so many more things than we know. Like with this earth is used to certain people using this much oxygen and this happening and using this much waste and then this water going here and that spills over into the ocean and then things go into the jungle and like it's like weird. The mosquitoes seem like they are gangster as hell now.
Man.
Animals are going crazy. There's all kinds of animals beating up people.
See.
They fed up.
See, I live in the country, so my thing is the deer. The deer at an all-time high at all year
Right now?
round. All year round are crazy. All year round.
Oh.
Like, it don't matter. It don't matter. So I know about gangster animal deer.
Yeah, the deer don't be doing nothing. They be just trying to avoid getting hit.
That's what you think. I mean, until they get out in front of the car and then they just look at you and just...
They do stop. They be like, but aren't they like blinded?
I mean, yeah, they got the little retina coloring in their eyes.
Or something like they get blinded or whatever.
Yeah. But I mean,
the animals. I mean, zoo wise, being like the video we just seen. Zoo. I think that.
Let me see
I
that
think
joint one more
monkey-
time.
Yeah, please roll it back. I think that monkey was mad. He was fed up. I think it happened something before that film that she was doing. It's
No.
no
She was
way.
sticking her fingers
She
through
was.
the
She was sticking her fingers
See,
through.
yeah. You know they caged animals, so you know they
And she's
mad
still
already.
holding her phone. This is where we are as a human race. She is still holding her phone.
She still got all that on Snap. She got
All of it got on Snapchat. They laughing at her. The brother come by, hit her.
Look,
She
she
take
still
her
got
little
a
scrawny
phone.
ass around there
Still
again.
got a phone.
Make no sense. Makes
You know,
It's so funny.
pick with a caged animal. You know he mad.
Exactly. So, we're going to go on to scamming. So, one thing that has definitely come out of the pandemic is lots of scams. Now, we already had scams before. All of your run-of-the-mill scams. But everybody has upped the ante, right? Like, they're ante up. Got that food. Like, that's what's really going on. It's robbing season. You know what I'm saying? And you can tell. So, this scam that just happened recently, this woman acted like this man was a homeless guy and helped her pay for gas. She was broke down and everything. And so she started a GoFundMe. I don't even know why. And raised all this money. And it turned out it was a scam. But it wasn't. That story never happened. They gave her a year in prison. I think her man got a little time. I've heard of so many phone scams that are going on now. People call and say they're coming, they get from the IRS, you have to pay this money, whatever. The Nigerians, not all y'all, of course, not all, because I really, really rock with Nigerians. They're cool people, really, really dope, and the style is impeccable. But the Nigerian scammers be on me heavy. I just got one yesterday that somebody had broken to, somebody I know's, messenger. They've just done so many different things, and people are hungry in the world in general. But now I think people are even more hungry. Inflation is high.
Yes, everywhere.
Everybody's trying to get over and get ahead as much as they can. You know what I'm saying? So you kind of have to. I don't know. Tasha said, I don't know much about scams, but somebody needs to teach me how to do it.
I mean, hey, I be getting these joints all the time. The joints on Instagram, they'll be the sugar mama, sugar daddy joints. They'll be like, yeah, they'll give you some money if you just send them. Do not fall for that. I'm trying to tell y'all, do not fall for it.
Because you did
It's
it
a
before and
scam.
something happened?
No, I heard from my friend, right? So he told me, right? He was like, yo, I'm going to just do it, yo. I'm going to do it. I was like, dog, don't do it. I've been getting the same messages. It's not worth it. He was like, yeah, I'm going to do it. He did it, and I mean, it was a scam. They took over his whole page. They hacked his email. Like,
God,
it was crazy. It was a crazy ordeal. Yeah, and he losing his page. But I mean, that's a whole nother story for a whole nother time. But do not do those scams on coming direct messages through Instagram or Facebook.
And when you type in certain hashtags, like I get them all the time when I post for the podcast, anything.
Oh, yes.
I've been looking at your stuff, and I just want to offer you. You
To be a brand ambassador, you want me to pay you to be a brand? That don't make sense.
No.
Like,
A brand ambassador will be given the stuff. There's an incentive in that way. Then boom. I don't need to pay for no. No. You came to me.
yeah, you came.
You
You
know?
wanted me.
You wanted me.
So
Now, when
you
I
want
see
me.
Rihanna in action, Fenty sends those boxes to people's
know?
house, and they just go, ooh. And she's like, look, you on the team or not? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. You get in where you fit.
Yeah, get in. But nah, so don't fall for those at all. Now, about sugar daddies and sugar mamas, though, and sugar babies, that shit's real.
It is. It's a real thing.
I have people I know who are sugar babies, and that shit is very real.
It's definitely
And
real.
I'm very thankful for the trips that I've taken. I am. Wasn't me, but you get a benefit.
But
you get some in your
yeah.
life. You know,
If
it's
got
not
the
for me,
girl,
but get some in
that
your life.
dude in your life, that's
Nah,
like,
but
yeah, you getting it.
That
getting
shit is
sugar baby.
real. And foot pictures, look, listen, y'all can get out here and get it how you live. Foot pictures, they got sites for the foot fetish joints. You just take a little, make sure they nice, put white polish, whatever they're into, put it on there. They got one, people pay for your drawers, panties, boxers, whatever. You don't even gotta really wear them. You just gotta spray something on them like that's your scent. Get like an Erykah Badu incense, light it, put all the clothes around it, send it off.
Yeah.
And then you get some money, some extra money. But right now, I really do think that's why we're seeing so much scamming, because I think people are hungry. It's robbing season. The gas prices are crazy. It's like
Yeah, they think about
insane.
coming down 3, 4, 5 tenths of a cent gonna help. No, you need to bring it all the way back to $2.
We're working hard to get you back there. Yeah, whatever.
No, bring it all the way back to $2, man.
Ebony said that's because being an adult is ghetto sometimes. Sugar babies, I'm not mad at. I know that's right. Big bands
I
busting
ain't mad
up.
at him. I ain't mad at him.
For sure. All right, next one, Eric.
This one.
Okay, did you see the video?
What video?
Does this prompt anything when you see Disney World?
No, I did not
Like,
see the video.
That's a good thing. It's a good thing that this does not prompt a reaction.
I
Okay.
did not see the video. No.
Man,
what
this ain't the first time either, but I'm asking, like, what's going on? There was a whole brawl at Disney World.
Shameful.
It wasn't no kids around them. I don't even know, like, where are the kids at? You supposed to have kids. They fighting over somebody went to go get their phone. They came back. The people was like, oh, you cut in line. You know, it was a line thing. I'm talking, one girl, she had hands, though. She was like, she stuck and came back, and she was like, I was like, she know what
So
she's
these
doing.
are all adults.
All adults. No, I couldn't even see any children around, and the
It's
children I was
shameful.
somewhere else.
Wasn't
It
even
is.
kids. It's so, like, it's sad.
Was there any characters involved?
No.
No characters.
So I'm looking for kids thinking, oh, maybe this happened over kids, because I would definitely fight over my children.
Yeah, that I would have understood.
But no, it was because they had attitudes with each other.
And somebody cut in line.
Yes. And I mean, multiple people was fighting
At Disney World?
at Disney World.
Oh my God.
Embarrassing.
Oh
Like,
my
what?
What was they thinking?
Man, I think they arrested 2 people.
Oh, we got real bad.
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, I think they arrested 2 people. It's crazy. And that's what I mean. I think people are really, really hungry. And hey, what's up, Anthony?
What up, Aunt?
I think people are really, really hungry, but I also think people are on edge. A lot of people lost people in the pandemic.
True.
A lot of people are having trouble securing housing right now. The housing market is some trash.
A lot of people are getting back into reality, and it's probably hard for them to cope with that also. To be stuck in the house for a certain amount of time and now being released by government law. Like, it's probably crazy for a lot of people. Have anxiety about a lot of stuff. I mean,
Yeah, the mental toll it's taken on people, you know. Like I said, sometimes people are like, oh, there's jobs out here. People don't want to work. And then people are like, oh, well, they're not paying enough. And there's a worker shortage, but we don't think about we lost a rack of people.
yeah.
Like,
definitely.
we really did. It's almost like we're functioning like that didn't just really
Just
happen.
happened, right.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah. Shout out to Brett Up. He's been on the podcast before, but he shared on the podcast. I think he lost 3 grandparents, like back to back, you know, with COVID. So I think those mental, that toll is taking its toll on people. I also think America has been coming to a reckoning with various topics that we have definitely talked about on this podcast, and people don't know what to do. They're losing their mind.
Losing their mind,
I
right.
think they're losing their mind. I think the laws being switched and being passed has a lot of people on edge, a lot of women with the Roe versus Wade. I just think it's a lot, and it's like,
still don't think that's
Ayanla
right.
Van Zant,
I still don't think
please
that's right.
take everybody to the bush and let them weep.
Like, how you gonna take rights from a woman and you like men in the government? How do you tell women you can't do something with your body and you a whole man in the government trying to make a law? That doesn't make sense to me.
Because it's
Like,
not really about it's not really about what makes sense. It's about what makes sense for the securement of where they're at and the betterment of where they're at. That's why it doesn't matter. I mean, you can look at it and say, how could you treat humans like cattle? How could you do that? How could you execute underage children? America used to do that. You know what I'm saying? There's always a reason that they use it and justify it for. But it is crazy. It's bananas that.
trying to force repopulation.
And even if you believe that's morally incorrect or whatever, because I've shared on my views on here, I've never thank God, been in a situation where I had to get an abortion or whatever. But I don't feel like it's my right to tell somebody else what to do, in any situation at all.
Right.
That's between them and God.
You're right.
But I don't understand why they can't just see it that way, Anthony said, man, it's a systemic way now. It's a systemic way now. Say I stopped him or her because he was fidgety and nervous, but not taking into mind that we've been secluded for so long. Say I stopped him or her because he was fidgety. I do think that people have been more fidgety because they've been secluded for so long. I definitely get that. Systemic way to justify the killings by police on civilians by saying we're not allowing you to abort because we are repopulation due to the killing. I've definitely shared that. I believe that it really has more to do with the white not being the majority because they're not having babies at the rate that they used to were. They used to were. I've been sleeping and I'm dreaming. I used the word. But because they're not having babies at that same rate, and they're going to be a minority very soon if the numbers keep changing. I think that's a big reason for it because of capitalism and wanting to keep, holdings of certain things, because no matter how, even if we take the racist part out of it, nepotism exists. So if you're not the majority anymore, people who look like you won't be given certain positions because that's how it goes. And they've been doing that for a long time. That's what I feel is the reason for that. But Anthony said, I just didn't want to say that I'm you all show. Oh, I'm going to say whatever. You should know that by now. Because if somebody has a problem with what I'm saying, we can talk it out. It's not like it's coming from an ill place. Like, I will show you facts. You know what I'm saying? I will show you facts. And yes, I also understand the beginning of Planned Parenthood and how that's a problem in the black community and how abortion is a problem in the black community. I definitely understand that as well. I understand it all. So if you come to me about what I'm saying, let's get ready to rumble.
That's really talk.
Yeah. I think there's all kinds of issues in different pockets. But ultimately, I just don't think it's anyone's right to tell someone else what to do with their body.
Right. That doesn't make sense at all.
No, I don't think that's right at all.
It's ill-humane.
And that has really, really put fear in a lot of women, and especially white women. I hear them talk about it more than black women because they think it's about to be Handmaid's Tale. Like, that show was crazy, by the way, but they think that they are about to be controlled and things like that. And I think that kind of stems from, there was a time when they were.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, if you look throughout history, there was a time where they didn't have no say, nothing. Yeah. And I think everybody's just on edge. Black people scared about being killed by cops and hungry and need food. White people, they're going through a lot of changes, a lot of stuff going on. Then we got mass shooters. We don't know if we go to, movie theater, how somebody gonna act. It's crazy.
That right there just, yeah.
So, Ebony said, if a fetus is a baby, then people should pay child support off bat, or mothers should get more food stamps and be able to include them in yearly taxes. Don't make things law for no reason. If a fetus is a baby. Yeah, because they really don't care about them once they get here. Yeah. I would actually respect it more if they would.
The only problem with that, because I'm not opposed to that at all, we don't have the ability scientifically yet to determine paternity up until a certain point. Like, you can't prove that's the father of the baby. So that's who needs to be paying the child support. You know what I mean?
You can prove it while they're pregnant now.
But it has to be so many months in. Like, you can't right off the bat. There has to be, like, was it like 3 months or 6 months or something before you
Okay.
You see what I'm saying? Like, I'm 100%. That's a great idea. You should.
Yeah, I get what he's saying. Ebony, do you understand? He was saying he thinks that's a great idea, that there should be child support right away. There should be this. But how can you determine paternity? And you can't be out here having people pay child support for babies not his. I mean, we could all bill it to Nick Cannon because we know he got a whole bunch of them. We could just put that on that. But yeah, EK is right. Like, you can't.
I'm 100. I think it's a great idea.
Yeah.
But that's the only thing that would be in the way.
But I think, well, she said the mothers should get more food stamps and be able to include them in yearly taxes.
I agree with that.
I definitely think there has been the help, the welfare system in this country has a lot of issues with it. Yes, I think there should be more help, actually, and more help for the people in the middle. A lot more help for the people in the middle. But I also think certain things are set up to keep people in a permanent underclass. And I also think certain things are set up to keep the father out of the home.
Yes.
I think all those things could be addressed, you know? And they should, if we care about the babies once they're born.
And that's my main thing right there. Like, if you care enough about a baby, the baby should be the ultimate goal, to be protected and well nourished. So if the baby is doing good, then everything else should line up for generations to come forward. It's not just about the individual person.
Mm-hmm. So Anthony said, yes, blacks dying, and now let's stop the abortions. We all know what families push abortions the most. I don't know what families push the abortions the most, but black people have an alarming abortion rate in this country, if you really look at it. And when they say, well, abortion rates have actually been coming down in the last 10 years, that's because there's a plan B option. But if you were to really look at it, when we talk about things, I speak very sensible. I look at things logically. If we talk about losing numbers, having so many of us fall victim to the prison and justice system, we have so many people who die. The amount of babies that we have aborted, we would be the majority. So that is something to think about when thinking about, okay, progress, or even, or just equaling the playing field, right? Now, in that scope of things, there's a lot of people who definitely had justified reasons, and, their story is their story. We also need to address those people who use it as a form of birth control and don't really take those other options. And I think that's a lack of education in certain areas. So I just think the abortion topic is complicated. I get what you're saying, Anthony, but our numbers are crazy if you really look at it compared to everyone else because of our percentage in the population.
I think numbers, regardless of if it's crazy in our realm, I feel like the numbers for in general is crazy.
Yeah.
So, for any race. So, but still, to take that option away from somebody
is not right.
That just doesn't resonate. Like, for me to put myself in that shoes, I wouldn't say, abortion me, because I can't have kids. Yeah. But to flip flop and then say, like, all right, I can't get a vasectomy now, so that's just out of the playing field. Like, and the government made. Like, no, I wouldn't want them to make that decision for me. I would like to do it myself. Like, no, to me, you're trying to regulate how we're living and force repopulation onto. Like,
yes.
No, that's not how life works.
I get it, because it's survival of the fittest, and that's really what goes on with the human race.
Yeah.
When it's
really think about
it's survival of the fittest. But what you're saying is correct. Like, how are you going to take that? And then if you flip it, it sounds crazy. So what if the government said all men between the ages of 20 and 42 have to get a vasectomy? It's too many resources been taken up. We're making everybody haul and get a vasectomy. There will be no option to have children. Like, there will be no option to not have children, right?
Like,
or all women. If you flip it around, it's crazy, and that's really how. It's not really on you to say that. And who are you to tell a little girl who was raped by somebody that she has to have a baby?
Exactly.
That's crazy.
Exactly.
That's
That's my main thing getting to it. Like, it'd be real problems and real issues out here, and you gonna take that whole thing away just because people abuse it. Like, no, that means you gotta regulate it better.
You gotta regulate it better.
You have to put laws in place. You already making a law to take it out. You gotta put laws in place to make things work right.
Hey, Travis. That's my brother in the comments.
What up,
Hey, Travis. Another thing that I did was last week I went to the Reggae and Wine Festival in Maryland with my brother and my friend Jen after the Eye Candy show, and that joint was a whole vibe. So if you ever see that advertised, y'all should go. So Ebony said people don't put people on child support when they should anyway, but give us another option to start it sooner. That would help dads too. Actually, I don't know about other states, but in the state of Virginia, if you get any benefits, so if that mother is in a situation where she needs to get help from the state, like TANF, which is welfare check, food stamps, and I don't think they do it for WIC. I don't know. It's been a long, long time. But they make you, that automatically when you do that, you have to tell them who the father is, and they make you put them on child support because they charge back that money.
Yeah.
That's really what happens. So that's kind of why some people avoid it, because it just puts the person in the system and different things like that.
And it takes the father away.
And it takes the
from
father
kid,
away.
Ultimately.
Yep. And I even have a controversial opinion on that whole thing. People will say, well, if they're not paying, they don't have the right to have access to the child, and I don't agree with that.
I don't agree with that at all.
I don't.
I don't agree with
I don't.
that at all.
It's messed up.
Yeah.
It's messed up, and it's definitely not ideal.
That hurts the child.
So,
But
was
I
gonna
don't
say,
think
what
that that's
you
right to
saying-
keep that,
so
that
when
father
you,
or mother away.
When you say that, that means you value the money more than you value the time. Which, to me, you should always value time over the money, because you can make money. You can make money, plenty of money. You can't make time.
Yep.
Like, time is inevitable.
And you can't get it back.
Nope.
And even though it sucks and it's messed up, that the responsibility gets laid more in one person's lap or whatever, I just operate under, you gotta at least feel like maybe one day if tables were turning, that person will have to pick up the slack. Some kind of way God gonna get y'all, the universe gonna get y'all, whatever you believe, right? But to keep a child away from the parent because they're not doing what you want them to do or what they should do financially. Or they don't want to be with you is really messed up.
Yes.
And I think we need to have a conversation, because in the black community, which is what my show is focused on, in the black community, we have a problem with certain women who hold the child away from bitterness. That needs to be discussed too. And I just feel like the abortion, the children conversation there's so
Many.
complex, you know?
Yeah.
All right, so we can move on to the next ones. So, we're going to have a Black Excellence segment before we close out. This young lady is Alina Wicker. She's 13 years old. She's a student at both Arizona State University and Oakwood University, where she is simultaneously earning 2 separate undergraduate degrees in biological sciences. She was just recently accepted into medical school. That was amazing. 13 years old. I was out here cutting up my shorts, talking about, look at them girls with them Daisy Dukes on. Like, what?
You gotta give a salute to them.
Yes. Like, what? I do that because they're not with the father. Yes, Makora, I agree. Hey, Core. But I just thought that was amazing.
Yeah.
That was amazing.
When
Like,
you say black excellence, that's amazing black excellence.
yeah, and she looked like she cool too. She
Yeah.
don't look like the square, you know. Sometimes it's just a very square nerd. She look like she's about something. She got a little swag.
I want to know exactly what she wants to do in life. Like, as in, like, why is she going this much to get her affairs in order? Because right now she's doing this. She's getting her degrees and right. She has to have some type of plan that she's trying to do and make something happen in this world. I think.
In the article I read, she said, they said, how do you do it? She said, I'm a very disciplined person. That has to be how she was raised or something.
Yeah,
It has to be.
Probably a military background type stuff.
Yeah, or Caribbeans. They don't play. Caribbeans do not play about that education. They in Asian and Indian. I remember I was, I think I told the story before. I was in my high school, Potomac High School in Woodbridge. They asked me to be like a little chaperone for a new girl. The girl was from India, could not speak a lick of English.
Oh no.
Not anything. I took her around the school, showed her little things. A month later, that broad had like straight A's and was like, and I was like, she would just sit by herself at lunch and just be like going crazy. And I was like, oh my gosh. She started learning English. Within 6 months, she knew English. We finally like started talking to her. Yeah. And she said her parents were just, they had a plan for her from the time she was young. And she said that's their culture. I don't know if that's everybody in India, but that girl came in there on a mission. I'm over here struggling with geometry, taking it for the second time. Like, what? I'm from here.
I gotta pass this class, pass this class, pass this
You know what I'm
class.
saying? So I can at least get my diploma and do what I need to do. Like, what? But that's the, there's just certain people, I think, who are raised right. And then I also think there's just kids who are geniuses.
Yeah,
You know?
I agree with that.
You see these stories and you're like, what, you're solving quantum physics?
Yeah,
Like,
and you only 10?
Yeah.
What are you doing?
crazy. A whole bunch of little Goodwill Huntings running around everywhere. It's just awesome. So, you can take her off screen. Don't put the next one up because I want to talk about something else that I consider black excellence, but I didn't want her picture up there while I do it. So, this is kind of a sad story, but there's a woman named Shantari Weems. And I say she's a hero. That's just how I feel about it. That's why I say it's black excellence. But her husband is a former cop, and she runs a daycare. And she found out he was molesting the children at the daycare. And Shantari shot his ass in the head and in the body. Then she barricaded them in the house, and she had went to the police first.
And
But felt like they wouldn't do anything, and he was protected because he was a cop. So she shot him and held him in the room while he was bleeding out. I'm sorry. He didn't die, y'all. I'm sorry.
Oh, he didn't die?
No, he didn't die. He's like in non-life-threatening condition. I don't know. Maybe she had a 22 or something. I don't know. But I respect it. I can't even hate. I have no love for the whole pedophile thing. And she went and tried to do things the right way. And we know that sometimes certain people are protected.
Right.
And she definitely shot him.
I'm not mad at her at all. I am not mad at her at all. She's supposed to do all of that and probably a little bit more. But
Yeah,
I
we don't
mean,
even know what torture she did in the
know,
room.
right?
That Dr. Mad Black Woman, he was in a bathtub. I don't know. But
But I mean, shoot, man, I'm watching these kids and you.
And you messing like that, that's such a violation, and it's her business, so you're tarnishing
exactly.
everything she worked for. You're violating children, like, yeah.
Yeah, he deserved all of that.
And when I found out she tried, I said, man, let that lady out of jail. Let her out. Just like the convenience store worker or whatever in New York, that some guy came in there acting all crazy because the girl didn't have enough change to pay for her stuff. She went out and told her boyfriend. Boyfriend comes in, starts assaulting the convenience store worker. The convenience store worker had a knife and starts stabbing him, and the dude unfortunately dies. They put him in jail. Everybody went off, said, let that man go. They did let him go.
Yeah.
Sometimes, I know we're not supposed to take justice into our own hands, but she tried to do it the right way.
But the fact that he's a cop, that's going to have to play a part in it.
It's going to have to.
Because you know how the law is. If anytime it's dealing with a cop, they always going to go towards the cop and feel like the cop is somehow in some type of right. But I hope she get out and don't have to do no time. Because
I hope she gets out.
Like,
because
why would you be molested?
that could be temporary insanity. But maybe not because she tried to fix it first. I would just say I came home and saw him and he did something that triggered me and I got crazy again. I don't know.
I had to do it.
I don't know, but man, like, I can't hate. Ebony said good. I don't know that I would do the same, but good for her. That's how I feel. Hey, Miss Jessie.
What up,
Hey,
Jess?
Faith. Faith, we were talking about you earlier.
What up, Faith?
I love you too and miss you too. We were talking about you earlier. All right, so the next thing to do with black excellence. Black Panther 2 release the trailer. I would put it on here, but I was kind of scared that it's so big that it might get flagged on YouTube when I upload it. But if y'all haven't seen it, please, please, please go watch it.
Yes.
It is called Wakanda Forever. I think it looks like it's going to focus more on Shuri, which that was my favorite character from part 1. And I think that's dope. And I think my son told me that in the comic books she does become the Black Panther.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, so it's not like far-fetched. It's somewhere there's some girl because I don't know, whatever. You know what I'm saying? Y'all who follow Marvel, y'all know. Y'all feel it. I don't know. I like Black Panther, Iron Man, X-Men. That's just, I don't know. That's my thing.
I mean, Black Panther's always. Everybody should be a fan of Black Panther.
Yeah, it's
Just
dope.
because it's, Black
That's what I feel about
Panther.
Iron Man. I think both of them are just really great.
Yeah, it's a new character. You know what I'm saying? Then it's flourishing now, even with the death of the actual Black Panther. Rest in peace. But
Yeah.
I think this is dope. I mean, I'm not necessarily a fan of Iron Man, but
You're not?
I mean, he's okay.
You know what? How old are you?
I'm old.
Are you early 30s, late 30s?
Early.
That's why, because
But I'm a Batman fan.
Yeah, but I'm older than you, and I remember Robert Downey Jr.
Oh, you
when he
remember-
was an
remember
80s
this
star,
one.
and then
Oh,
how he fell off. So it almost like invigorated, and it's a great character.
he's back
So
again.
I think that's why. You know what I'm
Okay.
saying? It's nostalgic.
I'm a Batman fan though. So,
But Batman's dope, too.
Yeah.
I definitely am looking forward to it. I feel like we're about to have another family reunion at the movie theater because we showed out last time. Ebony said she's going to dress up to go see it for sure. I'm definitely dressing up. Faith said I need to watch it. I love the first one. Such a good movie for sure. We could even do an eye candy outing. You never
Hey,
know.
we can. We definitely can.
Manisha said I didn't know you did this. Love you. This is awesome.
I told y'all I was gonna be on this
Hey.
joint, man. I'm on this joint, yo. You in there.
But yeah, I'm so excited about the Black Panther movie. And it's still Ryan Coogler who's directing, I think, right?
Really?
I think so. If it is him, I'm really excited because he's amazing.
Yeah, he's a great. Yeah.
He's amazing, and I hope they kept him or whatever. I'm sure it's going to be kind of sad in certain parts because I could tell with the all white they're going to have a funeral and probably honor Chadwick Boseman and his character, but it's kind of like an honor of him, you know. And that for those who are watching who don't know, the original actor who played the Black Panther, Chadwick Boseman, unfortunately passed away from cancer, and no one really knew it until he passed. That was his wishes. But he did such a great job in the first role. The first movie was so good. It was, kind of like, what are they going to do? And they've, come up with a movie, and it's dope. I would have did it a little differently.
How you would have done it?
I think we need a Killmonger origin story.
Ooh.
But maybe they need to establish the franchise first.
Before they do.
Yeah, Eric, are you big into Marvel?
Yeah, but
Do they come out with origin stories that quick, or?
They do. They do a lot of origin stories, and
But I feel like Wolverine came out after a couple of X-Men.
the Black Panther had a lot of villains. Like there are other cool villains. Like,
Oh, okay.
Don't hang
on. I'm hanging on, man.
Killmonger is a great villain, but don't hang on to just one villain because the Black Panther has a bunch of really good villains.
Okay. So Black Panther has more good villains. I need to let it go. I just thought it was funky fresh. I liked all the underlying stuff. I like the hair.
Let it go. I'm just saying, don't feel like you're
Missing out.
Yeah.
Okay.
Because it would be cool to have a Killmonger origin.
Yeah.
I think that would be so dope.
That would be dope.
Just in my opinion. What do y'all think?
I think another thing you probably like it because it's Michael B. Jordan doing the job.
I mean, I'm a fan of Michael B. Jordan, not because of the way he looks and like everybody, but
no.
I'm a fan of The Wire. Everybody knows that's my favorite show of all time. So Michael B. Jordan is still, you know what I'm saying? It's just like, I'm happy to see where he's at, but he's still Wallace to me. So I'm going to support Wallace, Idris Elba is always Stringer Bell to me. You know what I'm saying? It's just, that's how it is. Light-skinned dude who nobody knows his real name is always Brody. It's always Brody.
Yeah.
That's it. You know what I'm saying? It's going to be it.
Brody.
So are anybody in the audience, listen to me. Look, Ebony said Michael B. Jordan is beautiful. Faith said he's gorgeous. Well, that's the reason everybody else is going to be watching the Killmonger one. But I thought he played that role dope. I thought the writing with his character was really dope.
Yeah.
I thought the writing where he was talking about our ancestors and how they interwove that, but it wasn't like in your face, but it was an honoring and talked about people who went through the Middle Passage and things like that. I thought that was really dope. So I'm really looking forward to it. Angela Bassett is back in that joint looking regal like this. The Warrior Girls was like, dun dun. I was like, okay, it's getting serious.
Yeah, she fought her husband. I was like, oh, snap.
Yes.
Okay. Yeah,
Get serious.
it was wild in there. I would like to see the guy that saved the Black Panther.
The big dude?
Yeah, I would like to see a spinoff of him too.
Oh yeah,
Just to
that's
see.
because they the ones that live in the mountain or
I feel
whatever,
like-
right?
I feel like there might have been a comic storyline where he does become the Black Panther briefly.
Yeah, that's what I feel. I felt like it was something like
Like,
that was
even
about to
As a
happen.
couple people took up that mantle.
Oh.
Because first it was his dad, and then him, and then like the sister's Black Panther for a little while. They passed around that mantle.
So maybe he will, but I think his story would be dope because they lived like in the cave and
Yeah, and
everything.
they lived near each other.
Yeah.
Because they was all like
Like what was the beef?
It
Like
was
somebody
different
messing with
tribes,
potato
yeah.
salad, and he was like, "I ain't messing with y'all no more. I'm going up in the mountains."
Y'all keep putting raisins in that.
Y'all can't even
and
really
I told
fight.
y'all don't put raisins in that page. You keep messing with the potato salad. Y'all mixing up the
Every time I
recipes
turn
at the end.
around, you got other heroes coming in here putting raisins in the potato salad. We're going up in the caves. Or it was over like a spades game or some shit. We're gonna find out like the Black Panther
No, you reneged.
Yeah,
You
yeah.
reneged.
was out there reneging. But I feel like I'm proud of the Black Panther, and everybody's like, well, it's a fake story. But representation is important. So yeah, Black people do go overboard. There's a lot of white people who love Black Panther too. I have clients and their kids love it. Like it's not just us, but for us, it is something special because we didn't grow up seeing that. We had Mr.
yeah,
T.
you don't have no
mean,
black heroes like that. I mean,
Yeah, you
got
just don't.
Superman, Spider-Man, Batman, like Iron Man. I mean, you just don't have.
Just don't have it. So it's
that
cool to
black-
see it.
You got Black Lightning now. I mean, but
Well, that's my thing. All the other ones was whack. And everybody kept saying, well, we had Meteor Man. I love Robert Townsend, what he has done for black filmmaking, and Five Heartbeats is definitely a classic. But
all time.
Meteor Man,
Meteor
come
Man.
on. It was a great concept, but that was not, no. We just didn't, we had Blade,
Yeah, we had Blade.
I'll give it Blade.
Yeah,
Blade.
Blade was a black guy.
and Blade, the new Blade is going to be Marshala Ali or whatever. Yeah. He's going to be that Blade. I wish they would give it to what's his name again, but
Man, but he old now.
yeah, he's
He probably
old.
don't want to do it no more.
But he needs the money because he had like the tax evasion stuff. That's why everybody's putting him in stuff.
He might as well
He's
do
a
it
national
then.
treasure,
He
man.
might as well do it.
Back in the day, Passion 57, was nobody touching Wesley Snipes back in the day. He was having full sex scenes with his body in there. Man, he was shutting down the Carter. You know what I'm saying? It was Wesley. Big, bold, and black. Like,
Black, beautiful.
you know what I'm saying?
Big voted black.
I love it. He did To Wong Fu. He was progressive.
Yeah.
I'm just saying. Manisha said, it's nice to have children of other races see our black men as heroes too. Yes.
Yes.
That is definitely important, and that's something that we don't talk about. Representation is important all the way around. But it does make me happy when I ask like a client, it's a kid, and they're not from our race, who's your favorite, and they say Black Panther. I'm like, that's really dope.
That's dope.
Yeah, that's really dope. No, Jesse did not say, what about Blank Man? Blank Man was a lawsuit waiting to happen. So Blank Man was a movie back in the day that Damon Wayans is a comedian, but this would never fly now.
No.
He was basically an injured, disabled, disability person, right? And it was a character that started on In Living Color, and then he spinned it off. I mean, he would fly like this. I ain't gonna do much more. And he was a hero. He was fighting bad guys like this, right? That would never fly now.
No, it won't.
Nah, Miss Jessie, it's different now.
Hell no.
Tasha said, was Blade really a superhero? He was to me.
Yeah, Blair's a superhero.
Yes.
For black people, yes.
Yes, he was biting people on swords and all kinds of stuff. I don't really know if he was a hero, but he was a hero to us.
Fighting vampires. He was fighting
definitely a
vampires.
Marvel superhero.
He's our resident Marvel person who knows what they talking about say he was definitely a Marvel superhero.
And he's on the games with the old school game.
Yeah.
Ultimate Alliance.
Yeah.
On old school games, Ultimate Alliance. Huh. So yes, he was. Faith said, I love it. It's really good to see them bringing more cultures into our lives. Yes. Ladies and gentlemen, Faith is in the comments. Faith is the one I was telling you about that was singing One Monkey Don't Stop No Show.
Yeah.
Okay, very, very beautiful up and coming model. Victoria's Secret, you should holler at her. Fenty, you should holler at her for sure. But that's the girl. So maybe one day, the next time she comes on the pod, I'll get her to do it live because it's funny. But good. Jesse said just wanted to make y'all laugh. That's why she said like.
I was saying Blade and the X-Men teamed up to fight Dracula.
Oh, Blade and the X-Men teamed up to fight Dracula. Now, what you know about that?
See, vampires. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, it's just cool.
Like,
We need, and I'm glad Blade's coming back. We need some cool stuff. Manisha said he was killing the bad vampires. Yes.
you know what I'm saying?
See?
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know what happened to that. I don't
Blade
know why
was
they stopped.
definitely a superhero. He protected all of us.
Faith said, "Keep on rolling" is her jam. She was doing a little dance and everything. You know, the dance we do, the old school black dance. She had that joint down.
The cookout. At the
Yes,
cookout.
she had the cookout dance going for sure.
All she needed was a plate in her hand.
That shit was so crazy. But anyways, definitely support that movie for sure, for sure. Y'all put in the comments if you're watching this on Facebook or YouTube later on what movies you're looking forward to seeing. And I want to know if anybody saw Nope.
Yeah.
Because I'm a huge Jordan Peele fan, but you know, the reviews are going to be mixed match because it takes about 5 times to watch the movie to figure out what's going
understand
on.
what's going
But
on,
that's how
right.
my brain works. I like stuff like that. But I was wondering, because I think it's about aliens, but it, you know, that might just be what they want us to believe in the preview.
I mean, maybe. I mean, I don't. I mean, the way they did is Getting Out. You didn't know, like, for commercial wise, for them putting it out there, you didn't know what Getting Out was out until you actually seen it.
Yes.
Like, you still not gonna know what this is about until you actually seen it. But I think it's gonna be a dope movie. I think everything he does is dope.
Yes.
And shout out to Key and Pale just for being dope, both of them within themselves.
I remember before when he first started writing for the movies, he said he was going to do movies based on ills of America.
Mm-hmm.
So Get Out was kind of covering racism. Them was covering capitalism and our obsession with keeping up with the Joneses and stuff like that. So I'm just trying to wonder like what this could be about, you know, this particular one, but I don't know. But it's got Keke Palmer in it, which I love.
Yeah, he got a lot of.
It's
he got
got
a nice
Daniel,
roster on that.
long name I'm not gonna mess up, who, you know what I'm saying, was in Get Out and stuff. But I think it looks good, hopefully. And it'll probably have me just dissecting it. The first time I watch it, I'll probably be like, huh?
what
Then
the world just
I'll dissect it, then that's how I am. And then I'll be able to talk about it very thoroughly. Did you see the bird in the back? 3 minutes in?
Because that needed to be in the last scene.
He was-
And we didn't even know because it.
Exactly. So, before we close out, though, you did say you love Batman. What did you think of the Batman, the recent Batman movie?
All right, so I'm gonna be honest. I did not watch it.
Okay.
Everybody I asked about it gave me bad reviews, and I don't want to see Batman in the bad light. Like I just heard it was bad.
It was just long and dry, a little
So
dry.
a lot of reason I think that people didn't really enjoy this Batman is because it's from a very specific Batman comic book storyline. It's like Earth 1 or Earth 2000. I don't remember, but it's one of those Batman offshoots that they did. Like it's a comic series, and they made a lot of the stuff that was happening. References like there's a part in the movie where Catwoman says she's going to this town Bloodhaven, which is a reference to where Nightwing operates and stuff like that. So they were trying to do something different. They went with a less popular Batman storyline, and that's what you end up with.
So the Batman story, a lot of people didn't like it as much. Eric's saying that they were trying to do something different. Did you like it though?
I mean, I thought it was cool that they were
Doing something different?
but it wasn't the best Batman story. You know?
Yeah.
Okay.
There were way other Batman storylines, way more other Batman storylines that they could have gone with that would have been entertaining.
Yeah.
So they picked a story that wasn't as entertaining as it could have been. I do think that Lisa Bonet and Lenny Kravitz's daughter, I can't remember her name right now, Zoe Kravitz, she did a good Catwoman. She kind of looks like a cat.
Okay.
Kind of looks like a cat.
All right.
You know?
I mean, well, that sense, yeah, I'll probably go see it. But other than that, I mean, I didn't. I'm not gonna say I listened to everybody and be like, go follow along and see what they do.
But it was so many reviews like
yeah,
that. Like,
saying that no, this is not a good Batman. No, I don't want to watch. I wouldn't watch it twice, or I'm like.
For me, it was okay. I don't really remember a lot of it.
See, that's what I'm saying.
But at the time, it was okay. But it seemed very lackluster compared to the Joker. The Joker was also kind of more dialogue and slow to me, but the Joker, it was like if you were awake, there was a lot going on, and the acting was great, and it was a story, yeah. And then at the end, you build up, you're like, oh shit, that next one gonna be crazy.
And and that's what I'm saying, like once you see that movie, it's like it's got to be another one coming up. Like I want to feel that way every time I see a movie. Like it got to be another movie following this movie. Like so, I mean. To the point of everybody saying it's bad, I'm like, I don't want to see my Batman in no bad light. I'm a Batman fan. I don't want to. No. It just didn't feel right.
So if any of y'all saw it, drop it in the comments. Let me know what you thought about it. And when is the new Joker coming out? Eric, you know when the new Joker's coming out? Because I'm waiting for that one. I think he better start creating some crazy stuff.
How you feel about Iron Man dying?
People die every day, B.
You think he coming back? You think he coming back? All right.
But it's going to take Jennifer Lopez because she is the other Thanos. Mm-hmm. She's been collecting rings for many years, a lot of engagement rings and stuff. Mm-hmm. She going to come. She going to revive Iron Man up. Boom. She going to shake her ass in front of him. He going to get right up. I'm trying to tell you, I have a vision. It's going to happen. I promise. Mm-hmm. Yep. She gonna Ja Rule gonna come out and perform with her. Iron Man gonna rise right on up.
Shotty gonna come with along.
Pepper Potts gonna be in the audience like, yeah, that's my man. Like, yes, I'm trying to tell you, it's happening.
You gonna bring Ashanti with the long?
Yeah, with her sideburn that come down. Why we didn't never talk about that? Why we didn't never talk about how Ashanti's sideburn just came down a little too low? Like let's go. It was almost a chin strap, and no one ever said anything because she got the wavy hair. If those was BDBs coming down that far, people would have said something.
They definitely would have.
They definitely would have said something.
See that little nigga nap at the bottom?
At the bottom. It's not right. It's not right. But shout out to Ashanti. She looks amazing.
Yeah,
I don't know what regimen she has outside of surgery because it don't really look like too much surgery. Ashanti has to be 40.
Has to be.
Has to be. She looks amazing, and happy. Mm-hmm. Nelly is sliding down a wall, right? She be going to carnival and shit.
Take the words on the phone. Nelly must be doing some getting dirty in that Jones.
Yeah, man.
Yeah, cause Nelly, yeah.
Didn't 50 Cent talk about it? I don't know, did he? Because he would be the one to say something.
He did, yeah, he probably would.
He would be the one to say something. Speaking of 50 Cent, I cannot wait till Raising Kanan Part 2 of the second season comes on. That is my favorite one out of the series. Well, I like Power Book 2 too.
I was about to say, Tommy, I like Tommy.
Tommy needs some help. Hold on, nah. Power Book 2, I was talking about with Tariq. The first season of Tommy was very disappointing to me.
Why?
Let's talk about it before we go.
Let's talk about it.
Okay, we're talking about the TV series Power, 50 Cent's little Power universe. Mm-hmm. There's Ghost, that's Power Book 1. Power Book 2 is Tariq with his son. Mm-hmm. 3 is Raising Kanan, that's like 50 Cent's character's story. As a kid. As a kid. Mm-hmm. And his cousin Jukebox. Yeah, and then 4 is Force, and that is Tommy. Tommy is the beloved character from Power. White boy, grew up in Queens. Mm-hmm.
Ghost running man.
Running man, but got a little crazy to him. Like, everybody loved him. So everybody was hyped for this spinoff. It's finally comes.
Mm-hmm. And mind you, they didn't make this up before.
No.
And they made up everybody else's. They made it his last.
Yes, made his last. So we were really hyped for it. I watched it, and I'm going to watch it when the second season comes on. So please don't take anything that I'm saying to say that I'm not going to watch it. I don't know if I hype myself up, but to me, that was the weakest first season they've had. But I'm not counting it out because I remember when we first watched the first season of Power Book 2. Everybody, it was hard to transition, and then that show is fire now. Like, you know.
So
sorry.
my thought about Tommy's book. I think that they had to set up. He's first of all he's changing states, so they had to set up
all the characters.
Yeah, what he's about to do, what everything. So you know everything that's about to happen.
So he has a black gay brother. Let's talk about it. So now he all of a sudden got a black gay brother. Kate went from the mafia to...
I was gonna say, Kate was, she was in a lot.
She was out there. Yeah, she was a city girl.
She was in a lot of shit. But I was not expecting the white... I was expecting the white grandmother, but I definitely was not expecting the black gay brother and his son.
And his son is part of the... Yeah. It's like, come on.
Yeah. And he didn't know... Yeah.
I just think that writing was a little crazy.
But to me, that makes it a little bit more interesting for him to like make sure he does things carefully and not just be hectic out here. So because he is crazy. Exactly. Yeah. And his girl died, man.
Oh, speaking of which, so
she died.
Tia, who was in the show, who's in the Eye Candy show, I'm pretty sure that's Tia. Yes. My son could not wait to tell me over and over again how she looked like the girl on Power.
Yeah, that's Tia.
They were in the audience, like, that girl looked like Tommy's girlfriend from Power. Now, mind you, she had came out in, all kinds of model stuff. I just thought it was so funny. And then I was like, you know what? She really does.
Yeah, now that you say that, she does look like her a little bit.
She does. So anyways, thank you guys for tuning in. Thank you. Tune in next week. We will be having an episode on dating in your late 20s and 30s. If anybody would like to be a guest on the show, please DM me. The slots are almost full, but I do have some slots for that. If you are interested in being a guest on the show for another reason, definitely DM me. Cedric, as always, thank you for being here and driving to come.
Thank you so much for having me. And y'all out there, thanks for tuning in to the Mona Show.
The Academy Show.
I know. I just like saying Mona.
And thank you, DJ EK, my engineer, for the
AKA
Public Access Radio.
AKA
Luke. The Eye Candy crew named him Luke. So his name is Luke. Now, Luke was a dope-ass white boy name in the 80s.
Yeah.
Luke and Billy.
A popular name.
Luke, Billy. They had the nice little wavy rat tail. Yeah, they was getting it. They was getting it out here. That was before the light skin came in style. I'm trying to tell you.
So it was the white one.
Ricky Schroeder had I'm trying to tell you.
Okay.
They had a little rat tail. That shit was a problem. I bet you's gonna come back. soon.
There's a bunch of too legit quits out there.
Yes. I love you too, Faith and Jesse. Thank you guys for tuning in.
Love you guys.
Love you. Bye-bye. See you next week.